I'm in the Australian Opal Centre here in the heart of Lightning Ridge. And while it's a wee place, I gotta tell you, there's some amazing things inside there that'll help tell us the story of Lightning Ridge itself. Now that I'm inside, you can see that there are shelves upon shelves of really cool stuff. So we've got to start here. This is a foot bone of a Megaraptorid. It's a theropod dinosaur, and this one is the biggest one we've ever found in Australia, even bigger than Australovenator. And it's called Lightning Claw because it was found here in Lightning Ridge. Right here in my left hand is one of the most perfect fossilized, opalized toe bones of any dinosaur in the world. And it's from a dinosaur that's kind of, I suppose the best way of describing it, it's like a cousin to Madhavan. And there's a lot more of it here in the center. So here's some more of it. And this is the most complete opalized, fossilized dinosaur skeleton anywhere in the world. And the really exciting thing for you and I, as we look at it right here, is that the scientific paper on it hasn't even been published yet. So we're greatly honored and privileged to be able to have a look at this and look forward to what it might tell us about the stories of these kinds of dinosaurs. Humans aren't the only animals that have to deal with back pain. We've found evidence that that happened to some dinosaurs too. If you have a look right there, see that bulge there? While we don't know exactly what caused it, we do know the dinosaur that experienced that would have been in a lot of pain. That's enough for me for now though. Let's hear from an expert on some of the amazing other fossils here in the Australian Opal Centre.
So what we have here are just 4 beautiful pieces from the world's biggest collection of opalised fossils. So these are all about 100 million years old. This is a toe bone from the front foot of a dinosaur. Next up in the row is a snail, but this isn't any snail. This is a snail made of opal. The original snail has been replaced by beautiful gem material. So again, this is about a 100 million year old snail, and while the dinosaurs were on the land and the pterosaurs were flying overhead, these guys were in the rivers. Here's another piece of dinosaur. This is a piece of dinosaur foot bone, and the bone has been totally replaced by opal. So all of this is opal, and you can see little bits of colour, the colour that we associate with opal. And last of all, this is one of my absolute favourites. This is a tooth of a sauropod dinosaur, a long-necked dinosaur. And look at the colour in that. That is an opalised sauropod dinosaur tooth. And Lightning Ridge is the only place in the world that opalised sauropod dinosaur teeth have ever been found. These are Yabbie buttons. So when a yabbie is growing, a yabbie's a freshwater crayfish, and to grow they have to shed their shell. Before they shed their shell, somehow they extract the minerals that harden their shell, transport them through their body and store them in 2 of these little button-shaped things in behind their heads. Then they shed their shell, then they re-release the minerals from the buttons and transport the minerals through their body and use the minerals to harden their new shell. Now these Yabbie buttons are 100 million years old and they're made of opal. So they're fossil Yabbie buttons from yabbies that were living in the rivers and creeks that the dinosaurs were hunting around and drinking from.
So that's all there is to it, except it isn't. There's so much more to the story than that. But the best way to find that out is for you to come here yourself and visit Lightning Ridge. And by the way, say hello to Myrtle while you do.